Good morning, welcome, and thank you for joining us today for our virtual Talk to the Hill. I'm immensely grateful for the time you've taken out of your day to join us. Thank you to Raymond and to Malinsky, who are willing to share their compelling stories today and to demonstrate how access to civil legal aid truly made a difference in their lives. I also want to thank each member of the MLAC board, the MLAC staff, and members of the Equal Justice Coalition for their support and their commitment to improving the lives of the clients served by civil legal aid. Thank you to the members of the legislature and to the governor for the increase in funding for civil legal aid in FY21. It means so very much. The increase in funding will help expand access to representation for low-income residents facing serious civil legal issues that threaten their health and their well-being among the COVID-19 crisis. And of course, immense thanks to each and every one of the staff who work at the civil legal aid organizations that MLAC funds. Thank you for your tenacity, your fortitude, and your enormous dedication to the clients you served and continue to serve during a most difficult year. This year has been a year like no other, as collectively we face the most serious public health crisis of our lives, with life-changing consequences for so many among us. We know that low-income and vulnerable people across the Commonwealth have been disproportionately affected by the pandemic. We also know that Black and Brown people have been especially damaged by the pandemic, suffering greater economic and health consequences. As we move forward, we must ensure that Black and Brown communities and other communities that have been historically underserved have meaningful and equal access to civil legal aid and to our court system. As we look to FY22, we are increasingly concerned that the numbers of those who qualify for civil legal aid will continue to rise as a result of the pandemic. Legal aid programs continue to make difficult choices about who they can help and who they cannot help with the limited resources available. These difficult choices have been exacerbated in unimaginable ways as legal aid advocates strive to provide assistance to the many individuals and families throughout the Commonwealth who are suffering as a result of COVID-19. When the pandemic hit, legal aid organizations responded immediately and effectively and pivoted quickly to provide legal aid in a variety of new ways. They remained on the front lines, available and accessible to residents in need of legal services. What has become ever more clear over the past year to so many is that civil legal aid is an essential service, and civil legal aid advocates are essential workers. Civil legal aid is a significant and critical part of the Commonwealth's social safety network. Even with the hope of better outcomes for all of us in 2021, we cannot afford to lose our focus now. Clearly, there is still so much to be done. So please help us. It's great that you are here with us today, but the most important thing for you to do is to make sure you talk with your legislators. Talk with them about the importance of civil legal aid and ask them to support our request for $35 million for FY22. And now I'm so honored to introduce Supreme Judicial Court Chief Justice Kimberly Budd, a justice on the Superior Court since 2009 and on the SJC since 2016. Chief Justice Budd quickly established herself as an incisive and creative legal thinker. In nominating Justice Budd to become chief, Governor Baker noted not just her exceptional credentials from Georgetown University and Harvard Law School, but also her reputation as a fair judge and a great listener. The first Black woman to lead the court, Chief Justice Budd told the Governor's Council that she would come to the table with a different perspective on the world because she knows what it's like to feel powerless and invisible. As a judge, she said, she looks criminal defendants and pro se litigants in the eye. This is such a powerful perspective to bring to the Commonwealth's highest court. And that interest in looking into the eyes of litigants is so welcome to those of us who seek to give voice to the so often overlooked clients of civil legal aid. Thank you for joining us this morning, Chief Justice Budd. We are honored to have you with us and appreciate your commitment to pursuing equal justice for all.